All right, cool.
Yeah,
So
sure.
three, two, one, go. All right. So the one thing about Sonic All Stages that is really different from every other category is that with all stages, all we need to do is complete every stage in the game, and these are the main stages, so we don't have to count the replay of Wave Ocean with Tails. This means that we get to take all of our power ups through all of the stages, which means we get access to the gems, which are by far the most overpowered power up in any game that is Sonic game. So what you see Lab doing here is using the blue gem. The blue gem gives you a burst of speed. The reason why these gems are overpowered is because normally the gems would drain the meter at the bottom right, but the devs forgot to program in the meter drain, so we can actually spam these gems indefinitely, which means we have indefinite and infinite, not infinite speed, but we can go at the blue gem speed as many times as we want. We also have indefinite uses of the white gem, which clips through doors very easily, and you saw Lab do that a little bit earlier. So we can just skip through this. Now, normally at this point in the story, you would have the blue gem already, and you would have access to all the gems, but Lab is starting with Aquatic Base first because it's the most difficult and technical stage, and then he's going to progressively go backwards to Wave Ocean, and by the time we get to there, you're going to start to see a lot of strats that we would normally not use in those stages because we don't have the gems. Aquatic Base is very similar. This clip, if you've seen it in previous Sonic 06 runs, that skips the entirety of Tails' section in Aquatic Base and uses Shadow section. And then we're going to clip through another door with the Sky Gem. And we're going to get to the end. Yep. The Sky Gem is going to be used extensively throughout this run. I'm going to give a quick introduction to all the gems. There's a canonical ordering of the gems, and that's the order where you select them in the bottom right corner. If you ever want to see which gem Lab is currently using, you can just look at the bottom right corner. The blue gem gives you the speed power up. The red gem slows down everything in this stage, and that slows down the IL timer. We won't be using it a whole lot in this run, but it is used all over the place in individual levels. The green gem, which Lab... Yeah, bless. The green gem, which Lab has as well, is Tornado Kick, which deals damage to all of the enemies around. He's decided not to use the green gem so that he can better menu between blue, red, and Sky Gem, which totally understandable considering how many uses of the Sky Gem is in this run. The next gem in the ordering... Yeah, the next gem in the ordering is, I believe, the purple gem. Now, the purple gem is very, very notorious for anyone who's played Sonic 06 casually. Like I said before, the gems were not programmed to lower the meter. So the purple gem gives you a second jump and is supposed to lower the meter, but the purple gem doesn't actually lower the meter, so you have an infinite jump. So we are going to use the purple gem very liberally. As you can see, what he did there was use the Sky Gem. The Sky Gem is the next gem. What you do is you chuck the gem, and then whenever the Sky Gem lands, you get taken right to the Sky Gem. Now, normally this would be Knuckles section, but Lab is skipping Knuckles by using the Sky Gem, which is actually faster. Good job. That's actually a really hard trick. There's a lot of super precise Sky Gem throws, and if you miss any of them, you just immediately die. Now here he's going to throw the Sky Gem up at oh, actually, no, never mind. You don't use that strat. Yeah. If you throw a Sky Gem at the Sky Gem at the wall, you go directly up, which he's going to be using to clip through this door. Actually, no, he's using the white gem. So the white gem is the one that's next. We used to do this when I ran the game, okay? But now we use
white gem.
So white gem. Yeah, white gem is a gem that gives you what's called the homing smash. Now, normally we thought that there was just no use to it because the homing smash is just a more powerful homing attack. But it turns out that the homing smash has a property that Sonic's normal homing attack doesn't, and that it clips through walls much easier. That was a pretty darn good Aquatic Base, I gotta admit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was pretty nice. So that's one of the most difficult stages in the run. First try Knuckles skip as well. Lots of Sky Gem usage, lots of blue gem usage. You don't want to bonk on the corners on the way down. So it's really nice that he got that.
And also, I'd like to mention with that, we play as only Sonic. We have skipped every. We have now officially skipped every usage of any other character swap that's even remotely mentioned in the category. So,
yeah, that's actually a great point. Like almost every single character. So actually,
no, that is every Kingdom characters.
Yeah, literally we skip every single character swap in all stages. So we skip Knuckles in Aquatic Base, we skip Tails in Aquatic Base, we skip Tails in what else? We skip Knuckles in Flame Core, we skip Tails in Wave Ocean. Yeah, it's a treat. So here, Lab is going to skip the usual method that we go up here by just chucking a Sky Gem at the ropes. That was really super clean. Nice. Then he's going to use the blue gem to get past these robots. Normally in Kingdom Valley, if you've watched a no MSG or no credits warp run, we would not have the Sky Gem. So you're going to really start to see here now a lot of strats that you wouldn't normally see because we don't have the Sky Gem in the normal speed run for the story. In Aquatic Base, we did have the Sky Gem in the story, but now you're going to get to see a lot of stuff. So right here, Lab's going to jump off this rail early, and instead of doing the normal Eagle Skip, he's going to just Sky Gem directly to the trigger here, which is much more consistent and probably faster as well.
It's funny.
Yep. And note that I say probably because there's a lot of stuff that we haven't really timed out in all stages. There's a very, very new addition to the leaderboards. The first person to ever run all stages was Sharu a long time ago in 2016, but it
Like
took
a
us
couple
kind
years
of an
ago.
yeah, it was quite a while ago, but it took us basically until maybe say 3 months ago before we made it like an official category with our category extensions leaderboard. So this category is really brand new, and if you want to help try to figure out what's the best
Oh,
routing
save.
for a lot of these, this would be a perfect category to start on if you're really interested in kind of the more route creation part of this. So normally we're supposed to play a silver in this section, but we actually skipped it by jumping off the eagle early. And here Lab threw the sky gem. Oh, but he missed the platform, so that's why he fell down to his death there. So here he's gonna jump off this eagle early again. All right, he just saved himself with a sky gem. Maybe he's got it. Okay, good, great. So he's walking on these sides. He's walking on the platforms on the walls here, so that he avoids dying early. And now he's using the sky gem pretty liberally here. And he's
try
going to
not
skip the
to.
rest of the entire stage. Say again?
I try not to. Sky Gem.
You try not to use this.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's
Try-
unintentionally.
Yeah. So,
there we go,
using the
that
sky
was
gem is kind of a double-edged sword at a certain point because like it kind of makes it so that all you do is just use the sky gem a bunch. But there's actually enough variety, and there's a lot of sections where sure using the sky gem is pretty easy to skip a large portion of the section, but sometimes going through it the normal way is actually faster if you're really good at movement. So
no,
I
you
think that
didn't.
all stages probably has a really good, and again I'm saying probably because we really haven't looked into this category
No.
that much, but it's got a pretty good balance of kindness to new players because you can just sky gem across something if you aren't comfortable with the movement, while also having a high skill ceiling. So here he's going to go for a trick that's really hasn't been used in any other all stages run so far, and this was a trick found in 2013 by Paraxade, where you can jump off of the eagle early and get to the castle here without having to go through the without having to go in the normal castle. So that saves you having to run down and then saves you having to clip through the bottom in there too. So cool. Nice job. So now we're going to play this section normally. Instead of sky jumping across, we have these wind rails. But he's going to skip through doing most of the wind rails by just jumping back and forth to them. Cool. So here he's going to do this vine skip. So instead of climbing up the tower, he's going to sky gem around the tower so that he can skip the interior part. Have you noticed a pattern yet? Yes, indeed. This category is sky gem around the tower, sky gem around the movement section, sky gem around everything.
It's
category.
such a wonderful thing.
It really is. It's unbelievably broken. I remember us finding out when we were looking through the code exactly how much meter the sky gem is supposed to drain. Lab, do you know this off the top of your head?
No, but it was like I don't know. At least like it depended on how long you took to through it, but it was a while.
Yeah. So basically the point is that we really aren't supposed to be able to use these gems in this quick succession, right? Like if you use blue gem, sky gem, maybe 5 times in a row, you really have to you're supposed to have to beat enemies to get more meter. Like they didn't add a power-up that's this completely broken. This isn't even like a power-up you get after 100% completion. This is a power-up you get before the final stage.
And we get this
so here,
thing.
yes, so this is our first introduction to the purple gem. Don't mind the fact that it makes Sonic Mini. I don't really know what the heck that's about either.
I mean, that's
someone
what it's
can please
supposed
let
to
me
do,
know.
right? Like,
Yeah, but like the double jump, right? So
Oh,
it's
it's
like
more
double
than
jump
a double
and
jump.
mini, but it's not like it reduces his hitbox. So like, what's up with that? But anyway, so the purple gem was supposed to give you one double jump, but since there's no meter going down, then the purple gem lets us jump infinitely. So we were able to skip going down the stairs sections at both times. And there you could see he did a blue gem clip through that wall where he spin dashed, didn't hold a direction, and blue gemmed. Because you can get more speed out of a blue gem if you hold a spin dash into it without holding a direction, because the game forgets to speed capture. Anyway, look at the Sonic No Credits Warp Run if you want to know more about the normal tricks. I'm going to spend a lot more time talking about the tricks that are unique to all stages. Not like necessarily assuming that you've seen the Sonic No Credits Warp Run, but more or less focusing on that because that's kind of the things that make all stages really interesting.
Alright.
Yeah, so this Mach Speed section is pretty straightforward. One of the ways that we speed up Mach Speed sections is when we light dash on ring trails, we don't hold a direction, and that's because, like I was saying before, the game speed caps you only when you're holding a direction. So for example, if you spin dash into a blue gem without holding a direction, your blue gem is going to be faster. Similarly, if you don't hold a direction out of a light dash trail, you're actually going to be going faster than you would if you just held forward. So a lot of these times Lab is trying to dash off of these rings and then not move the control stick. So
That could have
sweet.
been better.
Yes, but hey, man, like
Yeah,
with the
it's
death
sort
and
of-
with the death and silver skip, like
That's fine. That's fine. It's a slow death.
solid. Yep. So if you haven't already noticed, I think I mentioned it before, but I think it's worth repeating. Lab is going in reverse order of the stages. So we're going starting Aquatic Base, Kingdom Valley, Tropical Jungle, all the way back to Wave Ocean, which, I mean, it's kind of nice because you get to have a nice change of pace where we start off with Aquatic Base and we finish on Wave Ocean. And Wave Ocean is very broken in all stages. A stage that is...
Speaking of change of pace.
Go ahead.
This is Tropical Jungle, the first of two little Bubble Buddy stages. I like how to call them.
You could call at least that. You can call at least that.
Yeah,
That works.
no, like, yeah.
We're going to go with
Plot
that.
device, whatever. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is, like, when the flower is glowing, like the tutorial text says, you can jump off. The problem is, the vine can, like, morph in ways that can give you basically no homing attack and no chance for recovery. And I think that's what we call the thing. And the thing can happen one more time up here.
But the fact that we call that the thing is kind of unfortunate because I just referred to it as the thing because it was like the death that shall not be named, and it just kind of stuck for whatever reason. But yes, we call this the thing, and you jump off of the vine and you just die. But luckily, Lab got it. The thing with the vines is that there's actually a different timing for every vine, and none of them line up with when the vine actually glows. A lot of them are much farther after it glows. Some of them is like much closer to after it glows, but none of them are actually when it glows. So if you time it when it glows, you're going to die. If you jump early, you're just screwed.
Alright.
Nice log clip. Here we go. Cool. So the only power-up that you have in Tropical Jungle, you don't have access to the gems because you're holding Elise. You have the shield, but you still also have the anti-grav. And using the anti-grav, we can actually clip through that log, and we skip the entire automated section and fall right to the right down there.
Oh,
So-
fun fact. I
Cool.
anti-grav at the very beginning of the section because it actually brings me up to max run speed.
Yeah, no, that's actually something that I was shocked to find out. That Nick made improvement. It's such a slight improvement, but it's really cool. If you anti-grab really quickly at the beginning of section 2, you just go immediately up to max run speed. I had no idea. But yeah, so Lab is basically going to walk directly to the end of the stage because we have something that lets us walk on water. And so there's no boundaries. You can just walk right to the end if you know where the end is. So cool. And then he's going to take out this enemy with a nice double hit of the shield. And cool. Nice. So that stage is identical to the version of the stage that we do in the normal Sonic Story
Don't
No
worry
Credits
about
Warp
it.
run.
Don't worry about it.
Yes. It is.
Don't worry about the
If you want to see, you don't have to worry about the S rank. That's another thing. Normally in Sonic No Credits Warp, we would have to worry about not getting the S ranks because we would take gold medals. But since we already have all of the gold medals, then we don't have to worry about S ranking in any of these stages. So that's really nice.
But I have an A rank here, so
Right. If you S rank Radical Strain, well, the Radical Strain's pretty easy to miss the S rank. You just gotta walk into the end. But if you happen to jump at the very end of the Mach Speed, man, I think you're about to lose time to gold medals in an all stages run, man.
oh yeah, no, that's happened to me before. Never again.
Really? Dang, you gotta make sure you use a file with all S ranks, people. You heard it here. Now you saw Lab just right then. Did
Oh, hello. I'm alive.
So, so there's a possible trick here that I feel like is worth mentioning. Since you don't normally have the bounce bracelet, this can't be done in No Credits Warp, but your bounce bracelet actually follows the direction of gravity that you are when you do it. So there's a possibility that later on in all stages development, we might be able to bounce bracelet on that loop and actually launch ourselves via bounce bracelet, but we haven't actually found a way to do that. Anyway, so Lab just skipped a giant section of this with Sky Gem. Nothing new for all stages. Here he's going to do what's called Gate Clip. This was found by Volcano a long time ago, but wasn't put to use until it was put to use in IL pretty recently. And so instead of going through the second door, he's going to try to do a bounce bracelet clip here, where he homing attacks and does a bounce bracelet. Nice, okay, he got it. Now he can just jump down here, and then homing attack to victory.
And then homing attack, you said.
Right,
Yeah, let's try that again.
Yes,
There was
homing
a lot
attack,
going
though.
on there.
Yes. There was a lot to unpack there, okay? So here, instead of going through all these conveyor skips, you can just shoot the Sky Gem. By the way, you don't have to aim that super high. This is just for future reference. You can aim that like way lower. So anyway, so now he can go through. He's got to hit the switch because otherwise the train is going to get killed. Okay, so he's going to do it the normal way to show you guys what would normally you would do. So this is what would normally happen. You would jump on those different pillars. But you can, if you do Gate Clip, then you can just kind of jump down there. Cool. Nice usage of Blue Gem that you wouldn't normally be able to do in the No Credits Warp run because you don't have Blue Gem at this point. So I wonder if Blue Gemming down the tracks is actually faster than Sky Gemming here. Might want to take note of that. Here's another Sky Gem throw. Ooh, nice Sky Gem throw onto the spring. I like it. That's clever. And then he's going to clip through this door. Again, not holding a direction because that's going to give you extra speed. Yep, perfect. Cool. Nice, nice, nice.
It's a good IL time, but I died.
The eternal curse. It's a good IL time,
full
but you
disclosure,
die.
I don't do ramp skip.
That's totally fine. Ramp skip is very, very difficult.
Just like the
and
rest
it
of the
doesn't seem
section.
like. I mean, yeah, right. So this is the Radical Train Mach Speed. This is one of the stages where you can see the most how much the not holding a direction on the ring trail saves, because you can catch up to the train really, really quickly if you just don't hold direction. Like, watch this. So Lab is almost touching the train virtually. And so every time he does this thing where he doesn't hold on to direction after ring trail, you can see he actually catches up to the train, and the train has to like rubber band to get away from him. He's going that much faster. So that just goes to show you how much extra there is that you probably wouldn't see in a Sonic 06 run, and a lot of it has to do with not holding directions on control stick and whatnot. So right there, Lab took damage on the final wall by jumping. If he hadn't jumped, he would have probably taken the S rank and lost time to that gold medal. But jumping makes it very easy to skip the S rank. So cool, cool. Now, next stage is Flame Core. So
the one of the pillars of being technical. In
Oh,
the
yes.
Dreadfort run. Like, bro,
Yes.
this movement is insane.
exactly,
Absolutely
I would say
nuts.
I would say the Flame Core is probably the third most technical stage next to Kingdom Valley and Aquatic Base, but the thing is that it comes up so early in the run that it's kind of like a big barrier to get over when you're normally grinding out attempts, that if you have a bad
no.
Flame Core, you just can't. Yeah. So in all stages, Flame Core is much different than it is in the normal run. If you've watched the normal run of Flame Core, we generally do the stage pretty normally, but here, Lab is going to attempt a very big skip. Nice clip out. All right, cool. You got it.
Bro,
Nice. So what Lab did
Donations.
there was he used the anti-grav. He used the anti-grav to clip out through the wall, took damage on the lava, and now is doing the infinite jump exploit, purple gem, all the way to the end of section 1. So yeah, I guess now would be our only time for donations in this normally very fast-paced run.
this
So yes,
is like a 120 something, which is like
Nice.
world record pace without, which is crazy. Like, if you have like a 120, 121 like section 1 time, that's nuts. But yeah, it was basically a naming convention mismatch. They had everything programmed, everything was set up. All they did was just name the variables around. So like what I like to say is like, it's like they created a perfectly functional power strip, but then they plugged it into itself, and somehow they gave us infinite power instead. So,
infinite power.
oh, hello.
All right, now. Yeah, now Lab's gonna watch out here, because if he gets hit by anything, he's basically screwed. Okay.
I
So
can
in the
do, like-
future, we probably should actually leave time
Please.
for donations during that
Okay,
time.
yeah, no, that should be.
Yeah.
be done.
No problem. All right, so now he's going into the second section. Now this is also significantly different, but not for any reasons of gems. This is actually significantly different from the normal run because we now have the bounce bracelet. So what Lab is going to do here is first of all, he's going to bounce bracelet at the start there to save a little bit of extra time. Take damage on the lava, blue gem across, and now he's going to do this gravity thing. Now remember when I mentioned earlier that there was a chance that we could use this sort of an
I'll try it
exploit
again.
on Radical Drain?
No.
Um,
I'll try it one more time.
Okay. So he's gonna anti-grav clip out of here, and then bounce bracelet. Yeah, you gotta
No,
go
no,
more to the right. This is for future
Yeah.
reference.
no.
I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, I know why I was missing it. I usually get it.
Okay. But yeah, and then we'll just do pretty much the rest of the stage normally. And by rest of the stage normally, I mean absolutely not normally. That's a beautiful sky gem through right there, man. Gorgeous. Nice clip
of
through the
sky
bottom there.
gems.
You actually can't. That was a yeah. So this next part, let's see if he gets this. I'm gonna hope and pray, cross fingers. Ooh, that's looking
I think I
good.
got it. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Nice,
Knuckles.
nice.
We would
Right. So normally
need
we.
Knuckles.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Climb up here. Indeed. Please don't.
Oh, that was very lucky. Okay, cool. And there you go. That's the end of
Same.
Flame Core.
Yeah, we would normally use Knuckles there to like climb up for about 10 seconds and then clip through the ceiling, which is already nutty in and of itself, but we're kind of do-it-yourselfers out here.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, when we said before that we skipped every single partner swap, like we weren't kidding. Like we're skipping the partner swaps that we don't even skip normally in the no credits warp run.
Okay.
And that's
DSS
one of
speed
them.
For the one time.
All right. So what Lab was talking about with DSS speed is actually there's a snowboard speed up glitch in this snowboard section, which is identical to the no credits warp
Okay, just
version
remember,
of the stage.
kids.
The whole city's on fire.
Yep. Okay. Anyways.
What should they remember?
You know,
What
the
should they
whole city's
remember?
on fire.
Oh yes,
Just listen to
the whole
Sonic.
city is on fire. Ah yes. I mean, look, I don't have the game audio right, so I'm also desensitized
close.
to the whole
Okay,
city's
yeah.
on fire. Okay, so now he's got to speed up, and there's a lot of speed here, so you got to really watch out that you don't. Yeah.
Just die instantly. No, that's
Right.
very possible. I'm not gonna do it again.
hmm
It's about
But yeah,
15
that
seconds
saves.
to get
The
it.
whole city's on
Oh
fire.
yeah, that saves a ton of time. Nice. I think you actually got the jump pad there as well. But
Yeah, it is a jump trigger. You can
Mm-hmm.
tell because he doesn't make a sound as he jumps.
Yeah, the reason why the speed cap glitches work is that you actually are jumping before you're taking the jump trigger too early, and then you're getting clipped back down onto the jump trigger, so you're interrupting the jump. So you keep the speed that the jump trigger sets you to be, but without being in the air. You get to be on the ground, so you keep the speed of the jump trigger the whole time, which is really useful for saving time in here. Because there's really nothing else that you can do, It's a snowboard section other than taking good lines. There's not really major super shortcuts. Unlike the rest of Crisis City, which has a lot of major shortcuts.
Oh yeah, no. Take this one. This is
you wanna
gonna
take it?
prepare people for wave ocean, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. You can take this part if you want.
So coming up is a trick called Rotate Back. Normally, if you homing attack something, you go to it, but instead we're gonna try and make it lift. And then we're gonna go somewhere completely different. So what's really happening there is that I miss my target, but normally
City's on fire.
yeah, remember kids, whole city's on fire. But normally you try and decelerate towards the target in order to normally you decelerate towards the target in order to hit it like shoot birds. But what if you decelerate towards the target but you're already behind the target? So you decelerate in one direction, but that's accelerating in the opposite direction. So you just keep going until you hit something that stops you or the vast emptiness of space. We're gonna see that a bit later.
That's your new theory for how the trick works, correct? Because I thought the prevailing theory was that the
No,
rail
it's not a
defaults to the
constant
halfway
speed.
position.
It's not a constant speed
yeah.
because
So
kids
as-
wouldn't be faster as it is. Anyways,
As it turns out, the science of 06 is still evolving to this very day. So our theories on why things work are progressively getting better and better as we understand more and more about the code. So if ever we contradict something that we've said previously in other runs, it's because the science has changed. Times change, man. Gotta get with the times.
I think we finally figured out Wyvern. After like
TM.
15
TM.
years? No. I swear
If
to
you
God,
wanna-
I
if-
figured this shit out. I
if-
swear to God.
If you guys want to see what he's talking about with Egg Wyvern, feel free to watch my run from SGDQ 2016. Shameless plug, although it's a charity marathon, so all of your views and all the YouTube revenue goes to charity, so I guess it's a shameless charity plug. But anyway, shameless plug for that run. If you want to see Egg Wyvern shit we're talking about. But yeah, so anyway, this section
I'm
3
sure
is
there's a
pretty
Sky
much
Gem
identical.
I'm sure
that
there's a
there's-
Sky Gem sauce here somewhere towards the end. There's always somewhere.
Yeah,
That's the
like
thing
we were
about
saying
all
before.
stages. There's always a Sky Gem toss.
If you're not comfortable with the movement, if you just chuck Skygem, like
Somewhere.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna be able to go comparably fast to like a good runner's movement if you just chuck the Skygem. So this is
I
one
can
of the
actually
categories
explain
that's
this kind of well.
Yeah, go for it.
These cars are not random. They have triggers and then they have targets. So like once you walk into a certain box, yeah, we're good. Well, once you walk into a certain area, one car will be fired at you from somewhere to somewhere. I forgot to speed. Jump. This is time loss. fast into this. But yeah,
You're
no,
probably
it's,
okay.
it's not as the speed 3 route in the light dashing actually keeps that relatively consistent as opposed to casually. Oof, it's close.
That was incredible.
So when he's talking about the speed 3 route, what he's referring to is when you're, we nicknamed the speed that you get when you light dash and
there
don't
it
hold the
is.
direction.
There it is.
We nicknamed that speed 3, and here it is, the legendary extra gold medal that you get at the
6-second
end.
time loss trademark. Copy that.
Hog. All right, so here's the second snowboard section, White Acropolis. So this section is also pretty much completely identical to the way we do it in the normal no credits warp run. The second section of White Acropolis is already super broken in the normal no credits warp run, and so there's not really much to work on, but even then, we do have a little bit of extra stuff to go with, because there's always something extra with the Sky Gem involved, because we have the Sky Gem in White Acropolis.
I actually don't use this guy there.
No, really? You use Purple Gem?
I use rubber gem.
Yeah. Same thing, man. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
we
they
got
fly
one.
across the stage. They fly, you know?
Okay, we got one. We
Okay,
gotta
so
lose the
there
one.
he was.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, you don't lose it. You're fine. So he attempted to go for the other snowboard speed up glitch there, where he takes a ramp, but he gets interrupted.
Oh, no, do I dax up here?
No, you're fine.
Oh my god, I'm fine.
Yeah. So even still, despite him missing the other speed cap glitch, he still has the one from earlier that he got towards the beginning of the stage. So he still outruns the snowball by like a ridiculous margin. It is a little bit slower than if he got the Sharu speed cap, but otherwise
But
he's
I would
fine.
probably die in the process.
Yeah, he still has to take this jump though, unfortunately, which does slow him down for the very end. Cool, cool. So now he's going to show you what can happen if you have the purple gem during the second section of White Acropolis, which is
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
like I said, it's not very different from the normal way we do it. But look, if you have the blue gem, you might as well use it, right? There we go.
This is a pretty cold place for a base.
All right, so here he's going to go for a clip through the lasers. You just line up. And so the reason why he's moving away from the corner is that when he clips, he needs to make sure that he doesn't like fall directly into the pit at the bottom there. So every single time he attempts to clip, he's going to move backwards because he doesn't want to have to react to when he gets it. He's just going to try to do that so that he takes the reaction element out of it.
Goodness,
Because if
that's
you don't,
clever.
you're going to have to react to it, and that's always a pain. So here, he's going to use the purple gem instead of doing the normal one where we hit down the lighthouse to get to the end. Cool.
This jump sucks
And there we-
anyways.
And
That jump sucks
this
so much.
skips the entire tails section, which means no tails. As we've mentioned
No
previously, we skipped all of the character swaps in Sonic's stages. There's another one that we skipped. We also skipped Tails Wave Ocean, so in the stage that we don't have
This would
Sonic, we
probably
skip
be
that
the
too.
other donation section since they don't do Dusty Launch.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably worth
Or Bubble Buddy. This is
explaining a little bit about Dusty
retextured
Desert
water.
for people.
Retextured water.
I mean,
Elise,
that's true. Stand is
If I do-
retextured water.
If I do it wrong, you can hear it go sploosh.
Well, don't do it wrong. Don't, because that involves dying, right? So don't do that. But anyway, yeah. So normally this stage would have you go in the intended route, which is to go very far the other way. But we can just walk across the sand. We're gonna do it here as well, which skips a very large portion of Dusty Desert. And we're just gonna walk. This is the fastest way. Sometimes you can get maximum speed if you homing attack and cancel it into the upward slope. So we tend to like to spam homing attacks through here. But walking is still at least comparably fast. So if you want to speedrun, the very first stage that I always recommend people attempt to speedrun in Sonic 06 is Sonic's Dusty Desert, because literally walking across the sand is pretty it's decently fast, and there's not much other than homing attacking to get used to. So yes, so here, luckily he got the spring so he can jump through there, and you made it to the top. Cool. And now he's gonna skip defeating the enemies and spawning the platform and jump out to this trail of rings. Perfect. And so he also didn't hold a direction on that trail of rings, so that he got extra speed heading off of that speed pad to get to the final goal ring. Nice.
Oh, it's ain't bad. For what I do? It's
All
not-
right. And we are coming up on the final stage of the run.
Oh
Wave
boy,
Ocean.
Wave Ocean is a trip. Oh,
So
okay.
So if you have never seen Wave Ocean in all stages before, if you've never seen the Wave Ocean individual level, you're in for a treat. Now, normally what we would do in Wave Ocean is that we would break out of the automation at the beginning and go to the side of the loop and do what's called Cave Skip, which skips us to Tails section. But in the IL, sorry, in all stages, I should
Tails?
say,
You said
we
Tails?
have this.
Who's
We
Tails?
have right, exactly. Who's Tails? Right, who's Tails? We can't use Tails. Tails is banned in this category. So what we're gonna do instead, since we have the Sky Gem, and since we never want to play as Tails in this category ever, we're just gonna do this launch instead.
Alright, nice.
Perfect. Nice. Great job.
We
All
got
right,
shot
so
up in
that
section
is
and we got it.
yes. So that is the IL loop launch. Now we're in Shadows Wave Ocean session, and the reason why we can't do this in the normal stage is this jump here. There's no way to get across this in the normal no credits warp run. But now that we have the Sky Gem, we can get across, and now we're at the very end. And with another Sky Gem throw, we can skip right to the gate. This saves an unbelievable amount of time. This is at least 50 seconds saved over the normal route. And this is over the normal route with all of the skips that we do included. So yeah, it's crazy time save, and Wave Ocean is basically completely skipped.
Bye bye.
And then we have the Mach Speed section to finish up the run. So yeah, at the very end of the run, if you guys want to learn more about how to do all stages, want to learn more about the Sonic 06 speedrunning community lab, where can you access the Sonic Speedrunning Discord, 06 community Discord?
There is a nice big link on the speedrun.com page /Sonic06. You can
Exactly.
find more runs of this category in the category extensions board, or you can just look at some of the runs that already exist. And by the way,
Yes.
does that ramp on the left function? I haven't taken it ever, so I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
yes, it does.
I don't need it.
Oh, there. All right, nice. Good cave. But yeah, so speedrun.com/Sonic06, and then you go to the left side, you hit Discord, and you can join the Discord. And he got the jump to finish it off. Nice, 135 Wave Ocean.
That
is
ain't
it,
bad,
ladies and
I'll say.
gentlemen. That was Sonic 06 all stages. You're supposed to split
Just
there,
ate
right?
it.
You're supposed to split when you finish the stage, correct?
I think
So
so,
that's a
but that's a
PB.
PB anyways.
Right.
go.
So it's I think it was
I
like
told you I got
31-40 or
better.
something. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I was like, you know, your first stage, you're immediately 50 seconds ahead, and I was like, okay, I mean, like,
And with knuckle skip, it's like, well, SOB.
Right.
Yeah, no, I broke even with my gold, which is insane.
nice. Yeah, that was a solid AB.
No, that was solid. Period. I cannot complain about that run. I might submit because wait, no, that was 31.
It was definitely
I can
31-40
go
something.
lower. Yeah, 31-40 something. I can go lower.
For sure,
I
for
know I
sure.
can-
I mean, you had like
Look at my SOB.
3 or 4 deaths.
I went finally to a